This is Wholehearted. Welcome to you. We are doing the Women's Month edition and we are on day 21 of the challenge. Today I want to speak to us about creating a space or creating a place. And I want to have a look at a scripture in 2 Kings 4. It's about the Shunammite woman, and I want to read from verse 8. You can read in your own time from verse 8 to verse 37. For time, I'm going to read a short piece of it, but really in your own time, I'd really suggest that you read 2 Kings 4 verse 8 to 37. And this is what it says in the New Living Translation. It says, one day Elisha went to the town of Shunem. A wealthy woman lived there, and she urged him to come to her home for a meal. After that, whenever he passed that way, he would stop there for something to eat. She said to her husband, I am sure that this man who stops in from time to time is a holy man of God. Let's build a small room for him on the roof and furnish it with a bed, a table, a chair, and a lamp. Then he will have a place to stay whenever he comes by. And one day Elisha returned to Shunem, and he went up to the upper room to rest. She said to his servant Gehazi, tell the woman from Shunem, I want to speak to her. And when she appeared, Elisha said to Gehazi, tell her, we appreciate the kind concern you have shown us. What can we do for you? Can we put in a good word for you to the king or to the commander of the army? No, she replied, my family takes good care of me. And later Elisha asked Gehazi, what can we do for her? And Gehazi replied, she doesn't have a son, and her husband is an old man. Call her back again. And Elisha told him. When the woman returned, Elisha said to her as she stood in the doorway, next year at this time you will be holding a son in your arms. No, my lord, she cried, oh man of God, don't deceive me and get my hopes up like that. But sure enough, the woman soon became pregnant, and at that time, the following year, she had a son, just like Elisha had said. I want to speak to us about creating a space or creating a place. We can see this Shunammite woman, she created a space or created a place for the man of God, for the prophet of God to come. And we can see in scripture, she literally got a bed, she got a table, she got a lamp, all these things. What was she doing? She was creating a space or creating a place for this man of God to come, for this prophet of God to come. And my question for us today is, I want to ask us, I want to really challenge us to create a space or create a place where we can spend time with the Lord. And this can range from various things. For me, creating a space or creating a place with time with God involves me often going to our bra area and swinging in a chair, and often I'd just swing in the chair there and talk to the Lord. I'd speak to him, I'd look outside and talk to him and fellowship with him. So I want to challenge us today to create a space or a place where we can fellowship with the Lord, where we can just talk with him. And number 2, I want to ask us this question, to really create a space or create a place where we can fellowship with our family. For Brad, myself, and Samuel, this involves speaking at the dinner table. So every night, every single night, I would create a space or create a place where we can fellowship together. And that involves me setting the table every night for dinner, setting the table for the 3 of us, and presenting a dinner, whether it be simple or fancy. Most of the time very simple. My cooking is super simple, and literally us sitting at that table, no phones, nothing, and us talking together. What am I doing? I'm creating a space or creating a place where we can talk together as a family. And my 3rd thing is every night, most nights, Brad and I create a space or a place where we can talk together. And that often involves Samuel, he'll go to sleep, he has a routine, a bedtime, etc. And often at night, Brad and I will have a cup of tea together, and rooibos tea, we love rooibos tea, and we would just speak to each other. We would literally face to face have a conversation, speak about different things concerning life, dreams, visions, the day, whatever it may be. What are we doing? We're creating a space or a place where Brad and I, as husband and wife, can chat, we can speak, we can have a conversation together. So my challenge for us today is very simple, just like the Shunammite woman we see in 2 Kings, where she created a space, she created a place for the prophet of God by getting a table, by getting a bed, by getting a lampstand, all of these things together for him to stay, that whenever he was in town, that he was welcome to stay. My challenge for us today is this, that we would create a place or a space that we can fellowship with the Lord. It could be simple. You know, back in the day, I used to fellowship with the Lord on a staircase. Brad and I stayed in a flat. I would go up the staircase and I'd fellowship with the Lord there. Right now, the season I'm in, I love to go to the Bri area and sit in our swinging chair and just talk to the Lord there. So I want to challenge us to create a space or a place where we can fellowship with the Lord, where we can talk to him, where we can read our Bible, we can just chat. Now, it can be anywhere. There were seasons in my life that place was in the bathroom with the Lord. So it can be anywhere. It doesn't have to be anywhere super fancy. It could be a favorite chair or whatever it may be. And then I also want to challenge us concerning our family, that we would create a place or a space where we can have fellowship with our family. For Brad, myself, and Samuel, like I said, it's around the dinner table. It's creating, you know, when I set the table, immediately my family knows it's going to be dinner soon. We need to get ready. What am I doing? I'm creating a space or a place where we can chat as a family. We can have conversation as a family. And number 3, that if you have a spouse, that you create a space or a place that you can talk with them. And for Brad and myself, that's having a cup of tea every night together where we have conversations. So that's my challenge for us today. Create a space, create a place where you can have fellowship with God, with your spouse, with your family, just like the Shunammite woman. She created a space, she created a place. So until tomorrow, I pray that today you would create a space and create a place for the Lord to fellowship with him. I love you so much. Until tomorrow. Bye-bye.